for the serious gamer.
That drone's not even paying attention. Hello everyone and welcome to my submission for the NGT Director Contest. I'll be playing as the famous teen pop star Miley Cyrus, and I'm up against a blue Terran, Akio Sabat. I'll be calling Akio. Basically what I hope this video does is give some tips, tricks, insight, player mentality, ideas, and inspiration, and all those other really cool nouns and adjectives to your bronze, silver, gold, and maybe platinum level players. Maybe some interesting commentary too along the way. But to give you some of my credentials, I'm a rank 9 diamond player, well, as of about 2 weeks ago, and now I'm around 20 or 25. I haven't played as much as I'd like. But anyways, I'm going to be teaching you some of the fundamentals of gaming, and hopefully later on, should this video, get to the semifinals and finals, wink wink nudge nudge, pumping out 4 or so videos a week. One for Protoss, one for Zealots, one for Protoss, one for Terran, one for Zerg, and then like a flexible one to do fun stuff, at bare minimum, because this has actually been a ton of fun and I've greatly enjoyed doing this. But to get into the game, having a plan is really important, be it a 4-gate, be it a fast muta harass, or Marines and Marauders, and tanks and Thors to just make explosions. Have a plan. And what's important when you have a plan is to scout. Know if that build's going to work out, or if he just happens to be making, a great counter. So what I have here is my scout. Gonna call him Frank. Frank's actually going to get denied up this ramp because Akio has gone and taken 2 SCVs. By the way, you can attack SCVs when they're building. Fun fact. But he's actually taken 2 SCVs off the mineral line to build a quick wall. Maybe to deny scouting, who knows. But it has done its job. However, he is going to make a blunder, bring up the production tab, and that's this SCV right here. He wants to keep his 50 minerals and not let the SCV die, or even scout my base. So he goes ahead and lets his SCV in, letting Frank take a look at what's going on. And what Frank notices is a gas geyser just got finished, so he probably got a 12 gas. However, it does look like that once Frank got in there, he actually lost focus on macro because no gas is being farmed. However, Frank does have a problem, which would be a guy with a gun, as most problems usually originate, and he's not going to do well, but he served the hive pretty damn well. He will be remembered. But coming back to my base, I just got a gas geyser and a spawning pool done. I put my geyser down before my pool to get that 100 gas for the metabolic boost, though I am a bit late on it. And I'm going for a fast expand around 17. I saw that he really had nothing that posed an immediate threat. He wasn't rushing, cheesing, or anything like that, so I could definitely get away with this. And I do. It works out quite well. I'm glad I did. Looking back to my base, my queen's done. Should be injecting anytime now. Anytime now. There we go. Alright, so the queen's injected, and I got 2 zerglings. I'm going to drop 1 zergling off right here. By the way, this overlord tried to take a peek. Guy with a gun didn't like that. I do have this overlord here. He's going to hang out around here and, keep an eye out for whenever that Terran player expands, which is a great thing to know. I have 2 zerglings going up, A and B. Now, zergling A is going to hang out right here, and his sole purpose is to stand there and eventually get shot, maybe die. But what his purpose really is that when the Terran player drops supply depot and pushes out with Marines, Marauders, Hellions, tanks, Thors, whatever, that Zergling, his core job is to get shot. And that shot is going to give me a heads up that the Terran player is coming out, and from there I know exactly what's coming, which is where Zergling B comes into play. Once A gets shot and killed, the Terran player is going to be marching down this way, where I can use Zergling B to take a look at the Zelnaga tower, and this is incorporating map design into your game plan, and I can see exactly what he'll be pushing out with. But going back to whatever is going on in the game, he has a factory with a reactor coming out, so that probably means Hellions are getting pumped out, as that would be the only option. And he's a tech lab, however, he's only building Marines out of his tech lab, which is redundant. More importantly, more interestingly, is he's putting 2 starports right next to each other, which we'll come back to in a moment. But as you can see from the income count, I had 3 more harvesters, which isn't a lot. However, I do have an expansion already that he does not, which is real critical. And the only thing I'm falling back in is gas. He's got about double the production, but Zerg isn't too gas intensive for a while. However, I am not prepared later on, which is something I wish I was more ready on. My lair's about halfway through. My queen's injecting, doing decent. The energy is, actually, it's too high. I like that to be in the single digit. My second queen came out, a scan going down from my buddy. What does he find out? Nothing of value. So my second queen comes out, heads to my expansion, drops a creep tumor on the way to kind of fill that gap. And I have an extractor that just got done. I wish I put people on that quicker. Overlord's popping out. What do we got on the production tab? Eight Zerglings. Here's a cute thing that we're coming back to. He's building 2 starports, and out of one he's building a Viking, which means he probably will be building Vikings out of this one. And the interesting thing that I'm sure you're catching on is he could have built a reactor right there, but he can't because solid stuff doesn't go through solid stuff, and saved an entire building. So what he's doing is quite redundant, and just don't make that mistake. Have him like stack up this way, like laterally, laterally, big word. And, you know, do that kind of stuff. But on the production tab, see, I got a spire and a baneling nest in the way. You want to keep them out of the way so they don't get destroyed, but more importantly, you want to try and keep them out of a scanning or scouting location. If you took an overlord and had him, like, you know, poop or puke creep, as Sai would say, right about there, you can actually keep them out of the scanning area, and they'll be less likely to be detected. Now, a lot of people think that Zerglings are horrible against Hellions. But truth be told, it's actually mass Zergling that's terrible against Hellions because they do damage in a line. So if you have a huge wall coming, they're going to do damage to a lot of that. However, if you attack with just a thin film to get the maximum surface area to attacking, or surface area to attack, but without having a dense wall behind them, they're actually only a poor choice to fight back with. So kind of use that a little bit of knowledge to work with you. Now, as a result of the Hellion push, by the way, the Zergling died over here, and that gave me a heads up. However, I was busy talking about pooping creep or something like that. Because of the Hellion push, I put up 2 spine crawlers that I could have done without. It's clear that he, you know, didn't go and attack, so, oh well. But I have 4 Zerglings attacking rocks, and they'll be done in 3 to 4 business days. But Hellions come and attack that. However, I did get a core of the rocks done, which isn't too bad for 100 minerals. I got Zerglings going for my high yield rock, and I'm in pretty good shape here. If we look at the income tab, we're about neck and neck. However, I think pretty soon I realized that I should macro up and quit failing. I have a ton of minerals, so I drop an in-base hatchery. Not a bad idea. It gives me more larvae to work with. And here goes my mass macro. I build nearly 20 drones all at once, which it sounds like, oh yeah, I'm transitioning to macro really well. It just means I failed early on. I definitely could have been making those along the way and had more minerals to do with. However, Zergling B is doing a good job. He's scouting out this Hellion push. However, he doesn't know that I have 2 banelings, and more importantly, mutas. Hellions can't attack up, so the mutas are just going to send them running, because, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't win. However, from his interesting dual starport, no add-on, Viking push, maybe is the right word? He has 3 Vikings that he definitely should have brought along with his Hellions for the first push. Definitely wouldn't give me so much time to prepare a defense. So we're coming up here and checking back here for anything interesting. No. Alright, here comes the battle. We got, just to pause it really quick here, we got 11 Hellions and 3 Vikings. Okay. Just so you know, ooh, that Baneling got a nice hit. And just a thin film of Zerglings helps out. However, I should have attacked him right around here. These spine crawlers could actually get a value. They actually don't do a thing the entire game except die, which is kind of depressing. Oh, they can't even die right. However, I do have 2 queens coming up here. I wish I was a little bit better on the transfusion. That could have made a huge difference. 1 Viking down, 2 Viking down, 3 Vikings down. All I gotta do is finish off these Hellions. And note really quick that when your mineral line gets attacked, you don't want to overcompensate for that. You want to be very, very intelligent and not pull it more than you need to back. Take a note, and I have 42 harvesters. We're taking a look. I pull half of them away and finish off the Hellions, and I still have 42 harvesters. Nobody died. Well, don't take that back. Frank's cousin died. So 42 harvesters. Hopefully that'll update to 41. There it goes. And oh shit, didn't mean to pause. Oh, and gonna need a bleep there. But here my opponent tosses down a command center, which he can clearly afford. That's so much. There's so much food, minerals, and gas. There's no reason not to be like mass producing stuff. However, he puts a command center down here, which is a bit of a mistake. By the way, I go ahead and put an expansion up here and an expansion here. But he puts a command center here, which is a poor choice because they move so slow, and we know he's moving somewhere. He is either going to move here, in which case he could have built it right there, or he's going to be moving here, and he could have built it right there and drastically cut down that travel distance and saved himself time. However, macro doesn't seem to be a strong suit as he's still one basing it. However, he should have noticed earlier on that when a Zerg player goes Muta, and I'm a Zerg player, that's what I would classify myself as, we're going to harass, we're going to attack these mineral lines. So he definitely should have been putting up a ton of missile turrets here, because that's where we're going. However, my mutas are in place. I got 10 of them, and dual hatch, 11 drones on the way, upgrades. I'm doing alright. I still have too much unspent resources. However, there was me attacking that SCV. It is proven. And here I make one mistake I'm disappointed in. I had 10 Mutalisks, and I ran back from 4 Vikings. I definitely could have won that, and maybe even ended the game there. However, I just wanted to play it safe. And even to play it safe even more, I sent back 1 sacrificial Mutalisk. I let him have 1, so these didn't get bothered, and I wouldn't, risk any overlords. It wasn't necessary, however, I felt it was a fair trade at the time. Now he's mass-producing Vikings, which, okay, that's alright. However, pumping out a ton of Marines would have been so much better. Just lifting this off, setting it back there, getting a reactor, just pumping out a ton of Marines would have helped out a ton. Or getting upgrades and making any use out of that engineering bay, aside from that missile turret right there, and these idle guys right there, would have been a great choice. I did have a drone transfer from here, so saturation is poor there. It's decent at my high yield. It's good enough. I could do more there, and I failed so hard with saturating this expansion. It was disappointing. Like I said, this is a gold game at best, and really it's here to teach you stuff that you may not know, or at least give you an idea of what a diamond player thinks like. See how I'm bouncing back and all these thoughts are coming through? That's what I'm trying to help you out with. There's a lot of energy that could be used there. His command center is idle. It's at 53 energy. It's been there a while, idle. But I do have Zerglings coming out, blah, blah, blah. Looks like I'm about ready for attack. So we're closing in on the end of the video. So what I'm just going to do is kind of sum up real quick what I hope to do with this channel. Obviously, giving you kind of the theory, the mentality behind Starcraft is something I'd love to do. However, if you like Halo or Call of Duty, I'm pretty good at those. Not MLG level, but definitely entertaining enough to watch. Let me know in the comments below. I actually found out I got a invitation to the Cataclysm beta not too long ago. So if you want stuff on that, let me know in the comments below. Pretty much, I'm here to serve you. This is so much fun. I would love to do it all the time. Just give me feedback, and I will essentially do exactly what you want. One thing, I should have left these Zerglings knocking down that rock, but whatever. The roaches are pushing back the Hellions. These Mutalisks are chilling up there. They should be active. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, doing work. These Mutalisks are coming down. They're going to help me out with the Hellions, which the roaches could have handled, I think. However, half of the Mutalisks get pulled off by this Viking, and I pulled them back. I should have had the roaches keep pushing pressure on, because I do have them separated in different hotkeys. And these Mutalisks are just going to wreck these Vikings. It's actually thrilling to see. And I have 50 Zerglings nearly on the way. So there we go, 70 Zerglings on the way. So right now I'm going for the kill. And I hope this video has been informative. I hope you've learned a lot. I've had so much fun casting it, and I'd love to do more. So definitely go ahead and leave your thoughts below. I'd appreciate it. I'm repeating that because I've had Jaeger bombs, and it's something I'm interested in. But I'm going for the kill right now. He has 1 missile turret there. So we can summarize the game. Terran players should have macroed better. I should have spent all that much better and teched up. But this is the end of the video for me. I hope you'd enjoyed it, and I hope to move on this competition and put out so much more videos and content that you will explode with information. This has been Miley Cyrus, aka Tyler. Stuff.